If you're a busy student, finding the right side hustle can make a significant difference in managing your time, earning extra income, and gaining valuable skills. In this video, I will share 5 side hustle options, many of which I personally tried during my student years. These hustles are flexible and ideal for students juggling coursework and extracurriculars. Let us dive in. 1. Maintaining websites. The first side hustle I recommend is maintaining websites. Notice I said maintaining rather than developing. Developing websites requires a lot of time and technical knowledge, including coding and understanding how to monetize a website. However, maintaining websites is much more manageable. You'll typically spend a few hours a week or even just a few hours per month helping local businesses or organizations keep their websites updated. I had my first experience with website maintenance when I was in 10th grade. In my hometown, there was a nonprofit that organized an annual charity event. The organization's website manager was leaving, so they posted an ad looking for a replacement. I thought, I know how to code websites, I am happy to help. But when I took on the job, I quickly realized that they didn't need someone with extensive coding skills. Instead, they just needed help updating links, images, and text on the site. It turned out that the organization was run by older individuals who weren't very tech savvy, which is totally understandable. They had tons of life wisdom, but managing a website wasn't something they were comfortable with. Over the course of a few months, I spent a total of maybe 10 hours working on the site. The tasks were simple and easy to fit into my busy schedule with school, AP classes, and extracurriculars. How much did they pay me for my work? $500. That works out to about $50 per hour, which is a pretty amazing rate for a student. While your own opportunities might not pay this much, you'd be surprised by how many small businesses and local organizations need help maintaining their websites. Many small businesses rarely update their websites, and offering your help can be a great way to make extra money. If you have coding or design skills, you can even offer to give their sites an upgrade. The key is to reach out and see if there are any opportunities in your local community. Offer your help, and don't immediately ask for money, just see if anyone needs assistance and go from there. 2. Graphic design. Next, graphic design is a fantastic side hustle. I've had experience with this both as a buyer and as a seller. In high school, I designed posters for a local grocery store in my community. These posters advertised discounts and deals, and the store ended up hanging them up all over the store. I was paid $20 per poster, and I created 10 posters, making $200 in just a couple of weeks. The great thing about graphic design is that once you create your initial design, you can reuse it as a template, which makes the process much faster. After that first poster, each subsequent one only took 20 to 30 minutes to design, which means I ended up making around $30 to $40 per hour, a great rate for a student. If you want to get started with graphic design, the first step is learning some basic skills. When I was a student, I only used Photoshop, but today, there are many accessible tools like Canva, Adobe Express, and other AI design programs that make the process easier. You don't need to be an expert, just learning the basics of these programs will help you offer services to local businesses or even small online creators. The second step, and arguably the hardest, is finding clients. A great place to start is by reaching out to local businesses and organizations. But you can also look for remote opportunities. Content creators, for example, are constantly in need of graphic designers to help with thumbnails, social media graphics, newsletters, and more. If you're targeting online creators, avoid reaching out to big names like Mr. Beast, as they likely already have a full team. Instead, focus on smaller creators who might not have the resources to hire a team but could use some design assistance. And of course, having a portfolio or even a website to showcase your work will help you attract clients. Whether you're redesigning posters or online graphics, this side hustle can be both fun and profitable. 3. Content repurposing. A more recent side hustle that has gained traction is content repurposing. Many creators produce a wide variety of content: long-form videos, newsletters, tweets, and short-form content. Content repurposing involves taking one form of content and turning it into another. For instance, you could take a long YouTube video and turn it into a series of tweets, a newsletter, or short clips for social media. Although I haven't personally done content repurposing, I can tell you from a creator's perspective that it's an extremely valuable service. The great part about this side hustle is that you don't have to create any original content yourself. Instead, you just take existing content and turn it into other formats. Plus, with the rise of AI tools, this process is becoming even easier. That being said, getting your first client will require some effort. You'll need to reach out to creators, build relationships, and prove your value. It might be helpful to have a portfolio or samples of your work, but if you're just starting out, don't get discouraged. This side hustle can be particularly useful for streamers who are always looking for ways to share clips from their streams on platforms like TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts. If you can offer to help smaller streamers repurpose their content, it could be a profitable venture. 4. Virtual group tutoring. Tutoring is another great side hustle, especially for students who have mastered a difficult subject. Many students tutor others for standardized exams like the SAT, ACT, AP, or IB exams. The traditional model for tutoring is one-on-one, but this can be a bit inefficient for busy students. Instead, I recommend offering group tutoring sessions online. Group tutoring allows you to work with multiple students at once, which increases your income while reducing the amount of time spent on each session. For example, I tutored computer science during my junior year of college and made $21 per hour. However, I was tutoring one-on-one. If I had run group sessions instead, I could have taught multiple students at once, making it a more efficient use of time. In addition to making more money, group tutoring is beneficial because it allows you to review the material yourself, solidifying your own understanding. As a computer science student, tutoring helped me refresh my knowledge on topics I hadn't looked at in years. Plus, helping others understand difficult concepts is incredibly rewarding. There's a real sense of fulfillment when you see that degree light bulb moment plus or minus in your students. 5. Selling notes. The final side hustle on the list is selling notes. This one is especially useful for busy students because it doesn't require extra work. If you are taking an advanced or accelerated class, there are likely underclassmen who would appreciate having your notes to study from. You can sell your notes to classmates, or if that's not an option, you can use online platforms that buy notes from students. Just make sure to research these platforms carefully before using them. If you're not interested in selling notes, there are other items you can sell for extra cash. For instance, you can sell used textbooks, school supplies, or even clothing. Some students set up reselling businesses, buying clothes from thrift stores and reselling them on platforms like Depop. This can be a low-effort side hustle that generates passive income. While this doesn't require much work, it does require some time to list the items and handle transactions. If you're reselling physical items, it's important to meet buyers in public spaces and during daylight hours for safety. If you get into reselling, it can even grow into a full-time business if you dedicate enough time and energy to it. In conclusion, these 5 side hustles: website maintenance, graphic design, content repurposing, virtual group tutoring, and selling notes are great options for busy students. Each of them has flexible hours and can be done alongside your studies, allowing you to make extra money while still focusing on schoolwork. While they may require an investment of time and effort up front, they have the potential to be highly rewarding. Be patient and keep pushing forward as you work to build your side hustle. Best of luck, and feel free to share any other side hustle ideas you have in the comments below.